Okay, that. My story, well, I was born in the Philippines. I came here in the US to do some studies in a master's in rehabilitation counseling. I had a major in psychology, it's a bachelor in psychology back in the Philippines. And as I came in here, I have the opportunity to serve with mentally disabled population. I work in a psychiatric hospital for kids and teenagers. I actually pretty much stayed in San Diego for the most part of my life. I stayed in LA, Palmdale, and then San Diego. And that's where I really honed into a lot of my skills as an artist. From San Diego, we thought like, hey, why not just like have a bigger place? Because I cannot really function in a really smaller place. And Las Vegas is a place that has a lot more amenities towards artists in a way, because you can use your garage, your patio, you have a much better room. Plus, I'm inspired with the hotels here, the casinos. They have like huge doors, huge, like paintings. The resin work that I do right now, I really connect with at one of the hotels here. So there's so much things going on in Vegas, so it's really inspiring for me to actually go in that direction. And the paint dries really fast. My first experience with art was actually, as far as I remember, when I was 5 years old. That's with my grandma. She would grab my hand and we'd go to church. And this is a Catholic, like a basilica church in the Philippines. And I would sit down with her and I would just like so imbued and infused with all this, like, they used to have like Latin masses in the Philippines. This is way back then. And of course I don't understand it. Nobody understands it anyway, but the priest would do that, and then he does this like frankincense, incense, and so I was so mesmerized by it. And then while they're doing some chanting, and I actually looked up and see those color jalousies, stained glass effect that actually cast light and they mix with each other, and then this whole panorama of colors that I haven't experienced before. And this is like 5 years old, and I would just be staring at it with the whole things going on. I was so mesmerized. I felt like I was actually with God, until my grandma would pinch me. I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to pay attention to something like I don't really understand what he's talking about. But yet, as I looked around, just to please my grandma, I would still look my eye on the cacophony of amazing colors. It's amazing. That was actually one of my experiences. It's a calling. It's knowing the fact that my heart is there. It's like, I follow my heart, and there it is. It's so accessible to me. Even if I walk outside with my dog Yoda, I have a different way of looking at things. I see the cracks on the sidewalks as a really great composition. I would take focus on it. Like, I love that. I see colors in the shadows as well, in the shades. Particularly here in Vegas, like, there's so many shadows, and then like I look at the trees and the shadows that cast on it are not black. They're like dark blue, some of them are dark red. And when I get into my altered way of experiencing things, I actually see energy coming from plants and flowers. It's like beaming energy, and that actually I try to recreate that in my work. Some of my work, actually a lot of them now, are catered towards like glitter art, resin, fluid painting, and I put glitter in it to keep the touch on it, but it actually is, it's just a resemblance of my experiencing what I'm seeing and what I'm experiencing when I go out. So art has been a passion, and art has been coming from within, and it's amazing that I can get to celebrate it coming out. It just explodes. I love my doggy. I actually dreamt about Yoda before I even got Yoda. I just knew. And so when I went to the shelter, and then I said, that's the dog, that's my dog. And then the lady was like, no, you need to walk in, make sure that this is really your, like, no, that's him. So, and I feel so honored to be part of this guy. Like, he is like unconditional love, puddle of love. Like, it's love, like amazing. He gets me up early in the morning, sometimes 6:30 in the morning, and I'm like, no. But then once I got him going, here you go, he wants to go eat breakfast right away. And then, of course, I feel like I need to go walk him out. And then once I start walking out, I come back like, oh my God, I need to do some artwork. So he's the one that really motivated me to create more pieces of work. So it's him that really generate a lot of my pieces, right, buddy? I hope that, you know, my work would keep on giving. You know, the people that collect my work would be more inspired to see in a different way, like to see beauty in all different things, or to see things differently. I like to challenge the mind into looking things differently. I hope that it would connect people more. Art is such a great barrier from our mental hang-up. I like to see it as, let's say, on a spa, where you get to see it and you feel the total relaxation of the subtleties of the colors. I like it to change people's perspective in seeing things and experiencing it more so than just seeing. It's like wow. Sometimes I cry a bit. Those are the common emotions. Knowing that if I've completed one phase, I felt like, oh, this is awesome, this is great. I just leave it and then work on another piece. And a lot of times I would work on several pieces at the same time, not just completing on just one piece. Because I know I need to get out before I get so consumed with my thought process about the piece. I need to deflect, get out, and then come back again, and then get another way of looking at it in a way. And that's precisely why I actually listen to chill out music, Siberian ambient sound music that really generate that kind of, like, I can let go. I cannot think. I like to send a message somehow, but then I like to let it be. Let me explain. I love to emote beauty in what I see, because there's so much crap in the world now, and I really want to inspire people to see things in a way that, like, I could see beauty in other things. So I actually that was my message, is to express everything that comes out. Even me kind of like being kind of tearful about it was like nonsensical in a way, but that it comes through me. So that, in a way, it cannot be compounded on just one little category. I go with what is beautiful, and what is beautiful to me touches people emotionally and physically as well. Like, they get into this, wow, I've never seen like that. oh, I like that, you know. That's the one that actually captivates me into doing things that I love doing. Ah, my mom. I love my mom. She did a lot of self-sacrifices. Like, I grew up with 7 sisters, and she was able, and her and my dad was able to actually take care of us. It was rough then because our house was burned, and we have to go through tribulations and trials until, like, wow, like now I'm here. So she's definitely a superhero. Love you, Mom. My grandma as well. She's been my roommate when I was, we were a kid. We were like same room, and it's always fun to hang out with her. She actually get me really. This is one of the things too that I can share with you. Like, it gets me really connected towards healing plants. I have connection with crystals as well. So in a way, that facilitated my way of like providing more healing work to others, be it massage or energetic work. So those are my heroes. This was an amazing, big, huge house. It's right by the ocean, and that's perhaps why I gravitated to like seascapes. It was like a neighborhood fire that like ravaged through the whole neighborhood. That experience was really riveting though, because it changes everything from being comfortable with life towards, oh, where are we gonna live now? So we have to go through, like we have to live through the whole tribulations with our relatives, keep our family together. And that's actually still happening now. It's like, I love my sisters and my cousins and my family. So without them, I'm not here. We always know that the more we stick together and connect together, the stronger we are, even now. All is love. Love is all. I always do that. Light and love. Those are one that actually connect with me very well, because everything else is off light. And that's precisely why I'm so connected with my art piece, the visual aspect of it. Because you're just playing with light on all different shades. Everything is made out of light, and everything else is just shades of light. I look to other artists as well. I love the work of Hokusai. He's a Japanese artist who does like the wave. Part of this, the waves paintings that I have are like an inspiration of his work as well. Of course, I like Monet. I like the subtleties of colors, and then when you see it far, you become like, wow, it's magical. I like the mysterious aspect as well of the colors that just blends in together. I'm really turned on with Gustav Klimt. An amazing artist. I love his use of gold. I like the compositional stuff that he has. I like the portrayal of women as like almost like a goddess. Way of like connecting with women. I happen to grow up with 7 sisters, with my grandma. It's like, and I'm the only boy in the family, so I have high regards for women, and so I love that. I love this artist. I go around in Instagram as well, and look at like the drone photos of like amazing beach scene, waves that like you haven't even captured before. Yeah, and as an artist, I like to see things frozen. Call it like frozen beauty. Like you get to capture like how the waves, it's almost like there, and then you get to capture it right away. So I really love that, and that's precisely why I do like fluid painting as well. You capture capturing these frozen moments of beauty. I do not believe in categorizing people as not an artist. I think self-expression is an art form in itself. Our culture is limited towards, you know, oh, it's an art only because you're painting. An art form could be poetry, it could be dance, it could be things that expresses yourself into a different way that other than what is, you know, the fact that you're given this, that, and you're taught to be this, and that. Our culture has been more so like a robotic, you know, stimulus response kind of thing. I think individuality, when it's actually put in the position of self-expression, then that's the art. Then that's the art piece that you come up with. So I don't think art is just limited into just painting. So I like to see people express themselves. That's precisely why I like watching the Olympics, the figure skating. That to me is an entirely amazing artistic form, where they train themselves really hard to exude. I love it. There's a lot of things. You only want one. I'm actually a psychic medium. I study, in a way, I studied with other psychics. Clairvoyant school. I went to a clairvoyant school in San Diego, and then, you know, I did really great on it. Then I pursued doing remote viewing with an amazing teacher, and so to the point that I started teaching with him and become more so a professional remote viewer. So from there, it just you go, you know, it went through towards doing psychic mediumship. It's when my past loved ones that had passed away was able to connect with me before, you know, like usually just on my dream, like while I was dreaming, and visitations, and eventually I started connecting with other clients that I have that, like, oh my god, that's his name, you know, like so it becomes apparent to me that this is something that I need to let it out, and I found really amazing mentors that actually helped me out this journey. In a way, this is kind of like an artist. An artist is a medium as well. You know, we are a medium of creativity, universal connection, like manifesting through us, and that's expression of it. I just want to encourage people, like, you know, you look at artists as different from you, and I know you know, because you celebrate it, like what they do. But we all have our own artistic talent. We all have our own calling, and I would love for everyone to just celebrate you for who you are, for what you can do. I or other artists are not separate from you, from becoming who you are. You know, in a way, you know, we elevate each other by connecting with each other, and that's why I love the gallery, like the connection of like people celebrating life. And I'm so happy for everyone to come and see my work and connect with me and my family and everybody else and my friends as well, that we're all part of the community that celebrate life. And how we celebrate life is up to you. It doesn't need to be, you know, painting. You can do it with doing your woodwork, doing your gardening, dancing, singing, playing the harp, guitar, creating music, DJing, in all different aspects, acting. Sky's the limit. Sky's not even the limit, you know. He wants to go for a walk. Oh, did you see the tail? Did you want to go for a walk? Is it time to go for a walk, buddy? Oh my god. Well, guys.
Well, I think we need to end the video so that Yoda can go for a walk.
Ciao.